All right, everybody. Good day, good day, good day. The dogs are just going crazy right now, so we're in a little bit of a tactical pause. But I want to take the second now to ask where everybody is from tonight. Where you guys checking in from? Just drop it down over there real quick. Let's see where you're all coming from. Okay. Yeah, you want to take a look at this? Giving us time to get in here and giving everybody a chance to log in. Hit Facebook, yeah. Just hit Facebook. All right, rough start to tonight here, guys. Listen, we've got a great topic tonight. We're going to have an awesome show. We've got a great topic that we're actually talking about from knowledge that just happened to us. So, big thing here is we didn't pause the refit because we wanted to, right? We paused it because the boat and the weather forced us to. So, we're not quitting. We're just pausing. Good evening, everyone. Welcome aboard Sailing SV Freedom, and welcome to a Thursday Night Live. I'm Joe, and along with my wife, Kristen, we're refitting and learning to sail our very first sailboat at midlife and sharing the refit journey with you all. Thanks for being here tonight. Open a bottle of wine, pour a glass of whiskey. You know I got mine right over here. Kick back, say hi in the chat, tell us where you're from. Let's dive in. I'm excited.
Oh, Scotty's here.
Hey, what's up, Scotty?
Scotty.
All right, all right.
And Dave Shear. It says,
okay.
Oh, I love it. It says, he's got a snowman, you, me, and then a palm tree.
You got it right. Is there? Oh, palm tree. All right. So Dave Shear, we're getting into something right now that is opposite of the palm tree.
Yeah.
And what caused all this stuff here.
Totally.
So tonight we're going to walk you through basically what happened, how we're really feeling about it, and what this means to the channel and to the boat. All right. So what happened? The facts, right? So we got our first snowstorm here, 5-6 inches of snow. I made that custom enclosure a few episodes ago, and I was highly skeptical about it. I had a difficult time with it because you have to cut so many slits in the tarp to allow for the backstay to go on for your rigging, your standing rigging. And I have 3 on each side to go up the mast. I've got to cut out for the mast. I have 4 lines holding my boom up. So the bow has 1 tarp on it, and that remained perfect, nice and tight. Excellent. I built the 7-foot tall I-beam. It was awesome. But with the snow and with all the cuts, the snow bent it in and tore what I had taped up. So I'm fine with admitting failure, right? I'm definitely fine with admitting failure. And I failed there, for sure. But what actually broke and tore and got compromised were those seams. I spoke to somebody who makes canvas enclosures for boats. He hasn't done anything like this, but he said he could put zippers on a clear tarp if we wanted to do that. So I'm going to go back tomorrow. I'm going to take real good measurements, see if we can do that. Scott and I are meeting at the boat Saturday to take a look too. I spoke to the yard about shrink wrapping the boat. They said they would do it, but they don't know when they can do it. And they've got people in front of us, and they haven't wrapped in a little bit over a week because of the weather. We've had freezing temperatures and a lot of snow. So that's where we're at right now. It's temperature and comfort realities. It's just what we have to do. So this was the exact moment I realized that we had to stop. So my initial reaction was the snow hit. I went when it stopped. I went to the boat. I got a H2 Hummer, so I got an easy truck to get to wherever I got to go in the snow, which was fun. That's going to be in Saturday night's video that we pull out our full video. But anywho, I got to the boat and I saw the port side looked great. And then I came around to the other side, and that's what was collapsing in. So I immediately felt disappointed, like my heart just kind of sank. So then I went up and inside, and I'm going to show you guys some videos through the GoPro of what I saw. And
when you went up the
yeah,
ladder.
yeah. I mean, there were sections where the tarp was caved in with just heavy snow on it. I had to use my full body, force of my body, to push up to be able to get it off of there. So we're really not sure here what the end game is. I don't know I don't know how long it's going to take us. But what happened, the reality of this is actually I got crazy upset, right? My heart dropped. Oh no, I'm behind schedule. What if, what if, what if? And I guess in this midlife journey, I was able to take a step back. And somebody, I forgot who it was, somebody said to me that, you roll with it. There's nothing you can do about it. You get the shrink wrap done or whatever it is when you can. And you just gotta keep pushing forward. My mindset is I'm wired to fix, push, and finish. Pausing feels like failure for me at first, but I kind of look at it different right now. There's everything happens for a reason. I felt I definitely felt guilty because I didn't want to shrink wrap the boat to start because I wanted to use that $1,400 and put that towards the refit because it's a big refit project that we're doing. In the end, it's going to end up costing us a lot more money because I'm about $400 for what I did so far with the boat, with the cover. So it's it's upsetting, but it's not over. So pausing. It's important for us to know that pausing isn't quitting. It's listening, and we have to be safe. And I have to check my ego, and uh, and then be able to move forward and go. Right? You haven't seen You haven't been to the boat yet, right?
No, we've just been so busy. And now, of course, it's the holidays and there's
Yeah.
just so much to get done and everything. But I think, like, listening to what you just said,
Yeah.
this is something that I think Joe and I run into a lot because we want, to save the money and do the we call it sweat equity. And sometimes, your intentions might be there to save money and to save time and put it towards like you said, the refit, yada yada. But sometimes it just turns out that you should have just done what you felt you should have done from the get go. You know what I mean?
Can you do me a huge favor?
Yeah.
Can you get me my where is it? Oh, it's right here. I thought I left my whiskey glass in the kitchen, and that's a priority. So here's a little bit of video for you guys to check this out. So I'm putting a big video together, a long form video for YouTube for Saturday night, which is going to go out like 5 o'clock. But you could take a look at this. So this is. It's really good. Right. So take a look. Completely dry. It's all good here. I didn't even finish the front. This is where the rigging goes through. And in order to get the rigging through, cut the tarp. Jeez. All the way up here. And tarp, you can't pull it that tight. And you got to snow like that. Tears all this off. So this needs to be addressed for sure. All right, so hopefully you feel my pain on that right there because you saw while I'm underneath there trying to take a look, snow's falling down and I'm trying to push it off. And that's, we can't, the first big project that we have to tackle with this boat, we got the safety done, we got the diesel leak, but now we've got to get this teak off so we can assess the deck. Not taking the teak off without first, knowing that it's going to be dry underneath there. Here's another good clip. I'll let you guys see it before our pre Saturday release. This is me walking up to the boat, right? So that all looks pretty good right there.
Yeah.
That's the port side looking good. The bow there, I didn't seal too tight, so that's mine. That's okay.
Uh-huh.
But now I come around over here.
Oh.
Look at that. Yeah, that's where it collapsed on the inside that you guys saw. So sorry about it being blurry.
I mean, I think here in New York, that to me, like that came out of nowhere. I wasn't paying attention to that storm at all, and it was like heavy, very heavy snow. Um, just it was definitely a lot, and not what we were actually planning on. Um, the cool thing is that we've got somebody on from Jacksonville, which is awesome because we love our Florida people.
We'll be
And
down in
then,
Florida next month.
yeah,
Aiden's got our son plays lacrosse at St. Leo, and he's going to have an alumni game on the 18th of January. So we'll be down in Tampa. Also
and
for the St. Pete boat show, sailboat show.
Rainmaker LM, of course.
Rainmakers
Speaking,
are our go-to.
speaking words of wisdom, he says, "Can't beat yourself up. Keep moving forward. We all want to save money, and sometimes it does not work." You are absolutely right. And he also asked, "Have you winterized all the freshwater system stuff in the engine?"
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. That was the first thing we did is, it was crazy because it took like, I think 11 or 12 gallons to winterize the freshwater system because I have two 80-gallon tanks for fresh water. It's two 80 or two 120 tanks. They're huge. So I had to fill it up a lot to run that through. And of course I did the engine right away. So yeah, everything is winterized and she's good to go there. Tactical pause here to introduce. So I am going on my old spirits here. I've had this for a while. You can see the bottle is almost empty. I asked for a lot of bourbon whiskey or whiskey from Santa. So I'm running low. So I'm going with my stockpile right now. So this is Elijah Craig, small batch. Whoop, whoop. Really nice. So that's what I'm drinking tonight. And cheers to all you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. It means the world to us. So back to the regularly scheduled program. So now, right now that we our safety was good and our ego is checked, now the big thing is protecting the boat and figuring out our budget and our marriage and our sanity. So like Kristen said, like we put the money into it and it failed. Like Rainmaker said, yeah, it happens. We've all done that. It's just hard when I'm facing such a ginormous refit. And I'll recap that in another video, but it's our first sailboat. We're midlifers. It's our dream, to sail away with this boat, but I'm not going anywhere unless this boat is 100%. And that's what we're working for. So here we go. Question for you guys, right? Is if you've ever been forced to stop a project that you really wanted to finish, like us, comment down below. So if you've ever been forced to stop a project that was beyond, your means, you couldn't control it at all, you really wanted to finish it, but you had to stop. You had to take that pause and take a step back. So far, it's been, I guess, a week and a half since the snow, but it was never really quite finished. So we haven't started the deck yet. So,
well, thankfully, Scotty is commenting and he said, "First of all, I'm 1 pint of bourbon barrel stout ahead of you, Joe. Saturday, we removed teak and secured tarps right on the deck to keep it dry afterwards." Scotty, this is like your Halo, buddy.
Yeah. So the issue that I have with that is all of the darn rigging. I have 3 on each side for standing rigging. Then I have those supports around my mast, right? Remember that when we went sailing, I kind of leaned back against and use it. Those have, I think, 4 poles that could attach right to the deck there. So those are all on the deck that for us to watertight that with tarps, it's going to have to get torn. And then I'm back to where we are right now. We'll take a good look at it and we'll kind of brainstorm a little bit,
I mean, Scotty hasn't seen it in person yet, right?
No, just when we were there putting it together.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So,
Good to know.
so I appreciate that. Yeah. Let's see. So we know where the tarp failed. And I knew it from the beginning. I bought the most expensive Gorilla tape. It was like $15, $17 for a roll. It was miracle tape. It was good in the rain to a certain point, but I don't know. I don't know. I really wish these guys could say, "Hey, Joe, take care of you. We're gonna wrap it in 2 days, or I'll wrap it. We can definitely get it wrapped by such and such date."
Yeah.
Having it open ended like that. Well, I got boats in front of you. The weather's been bad. I don't know when I can get it done.
Yeah.
That kind of
So
hurts.
they couldn't give you any kind of date at
No,
all.
no.
Wow.
And here we are,
I'm
almost the end of
surprised.
December.
But I'm
So
surprised they don't have this all done. You know what I mean? By a certain date.
so kind of wrapping that part up, and to bring in our age of all of this, right? So our target demographics for the show, for our channel, is our nearing 50 plus, our midlifers, people that are sailing enthusiasts, people that want the dream like us to buy a sailboat and sail away, the experienced sailors moving up and maybe going to sail away, because there's choices that we all have to make, like this. Like I honestly, for about 4 or 5 days, I was struggling to come up with a topic for a video, because I had the next 3 months planned of videos and topics, and they all can go to the right or the left, because it might take longer here or there, but I have them all out on a sheet, and that's completely gone. So I looked at that sheet, I looked at the tarp, and I went, man, what am I going to do? So I need a little boost, and I got it. And I guess that's with age too, right? Like a fine bourbon here. It comes with age, that we're able to now take a step back. I need to do a good analysis of this, right? I have to take a step back from the dream a little bit. We're adjusting to the reality, so the dream survives. So if we put out the next 3 or 4 videos on more of our midlife journey and what we've got going on, it's all relative to our demographics, and that's what we want to bring. We want to bring authenticity. We want to bring in where we connect with our viewers and our fans. So that's what's really important, and that's I think what we're going to do. Our next few episodes and our next live is we're going to continue to talk with this and give you guys updates there. So what does this mean for the channel? We're going to keep growing, and we're going to, like I said, we're going to take a step back from the refit, and we're going to go on more for the personal aspect of it and our thought process behind every day of how we're overcoming this, because every day I'm making new outlines and planning it out. So yeah, the refit is on hold for now, but the channel is not on hold. Okay. So I want to reiterate that we're going to put out our Thursday night lives every Thursday night, except next Thursday night, because that's Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not doing that.
Right. No, we're not doing that.
Everybody's
So,
gonna be with their family.
yeah, we'll have everybody be with your family and all, but every Thursday night otherwise. And our videos will be coming out long form videos will be out on Saturday evenings. And we're going to throw some shorts in the middle over there. Okay. A few shorts in there. So that's what we're going to do during the pause. More planning, more behind the scenes. We'll take you back on the boat, show you what's going on. We're going to keep learning the systems of the boat. The diesel, all the electrical, the sailing skills off the boat. We're still deep in this. It's all about our midlife freedom, our mindsets. And that's what I want to bring to those lifestyle episodes for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Will I missed it, but are you going to tape on Saturday when you and Scotty go, obviously?
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to
be that'll be probably
interesting.
Next Saturday's video or one after that, because I already still have some that I'm working on over here. So,
oh, this is a good quote. Rainmaker said, "If you love your boat, it will make you cry. At times, it's important to mix in some small projects while doing the big ones, so you have some wins to keep your spirits high."
Nice.
Amen.
Nice.
I totally agree.
It seems like at least the people that are talking up or putting stuff in here are very seasoned sailors, right? So we love you guys and the advice you bring, because that really helps us. I would hope that some of the viewers that aren't true sailors, that are maybe in our shoes, kind of take a step in and say, hey, you know what? I appreciate you guys bringing this, but what did you look for when buying your first sailboat? Because we went through that time, and we showed that, and buying your first older sailboat, we didn't have a ton of money to walk in and buy buy a Scotty boat. We couldn't come in and buy one of those.
Yeah.
So yeah, we love that you guys are all talking and communicating with us. So what's staying the same?
No.
Besides our German Shepherds that are going to become our sidekicks.
Oh, totally.
Staying the same is our commitment. All right. We're going to completely and continue to be transparent, teaching what you'll learn from failures and successes. I always say that we learn more from our failures than our successes. So we're entrepreneurs. I own an apparel company outside of this. I happen to be blessed to be on TV and have a great news segment on me and everything. And we did a tremendous amount of money in that week. I mean, more than people do in a year in 1 week. It was fantastic. And then I had some very, very, very hard years following to COVID and all. And I feel like there was a lot of little failures in there that taught me more than the success, and I feel like that's here now. And that's what our age group at least can understand. And hopefully our youth can kind of get on that, So we're looking to serve our midlifers. We're planning their own boat, their own retirement path, because that's what we're doing right now. Thursday Night Lives are going to continue just like this, 7:30 p.m. New York time, usually about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour. It can go on as long as you guys want. You ask some questions. We'll dive into whatever we want to talk about. And I guarantee if you're a new boater, a new sailor, and you ask a question and we can't answer it, we've got people on here that clearly can answer it, okay? I know Rainmaker and I know Scott are brilliant sailors that have been there and done that.
Well, he says, Joe, curious, when yard shrink wraps, will you have enough room underneath to work? Or is he framing the wrap in such a way so you have more room underneath than usual?
We're not going to be able to hear you on the mic. Kristen's trying to talk from the hallway, but the dogs are out there. So.
Sorry. Scotty said, Joe, curious, when yard shrink wraps, will you have enough room underneath to work? Or is he framing the wrap in such a way so you have more room underneath than usual? Does he know what you want?
Yeah, so I had a good conversation with him, and I told him I'm keeping my framing up because it is 7 foot tall in there, right? I made it a lot taller. So he's going to shrink wrap around our frame so we can stand up inside there. And he's putting a door off the back transom ladder like we have now. All right. So, yeah, we're going to definitely, we got to kill it, man. We got to go in there. We got a lot of work to do. I can't be crawling around and trying to figure stuff out, no way. So yeah, Thursday Night Live, 7:30 to 8:15-ish. Long form uploads. We're planning on posting on Saturday evenings, like I said, around 5 o'clock New York time. And then we're still going to be posting some shorts here and there. And maybe some longer shorts, like a minute and a half, because I know that's my attention span, so maybe we can kind of throw some quick ones. And we're learning everything too, right? I got new gear. We're learning some stuff, nothing crazy fancy, but a little bit better, and some new programs to help me out. So you're going to see us every week. Okay. So the story just looks a little different for a little while. Okay. Maybe Scotty and I can figure this out this weekend, and we'll start the refit next week. Ooh. But as we say in the military, it's a fluid situation, right? It could change all the time. Yeah. But as we also say in the military, is we adapt, improvise, and overcome. And I'll tell you what, the military does a fantastic job of that. There's always a fluid situation going on where you've got to change how you act and the way you perceive something, or your strategy, and that's what we've got to do here. That's what we've got to do with life. Really, that's how this whole thing kind of comes together. So with that, do you guys have anything that you would like to contribute here? Because sometimes the most important work is the inner work you do when you can't swing a hammer. It's that inner work here. So we're going to be talking also about finances, health, family, boat projects, all very important things for us. It's not something an 18 to 21-year-old is going to find relatable. When we're talking about health and our backs hurt and hearing aids and stuff like that, So yeah, at this point, I want to open the floor. If there's anybody, what would you like to see while the refit is paused right now? What's your biggest fear about starting a big project like this? That's a good one. If anybody wants to contribute in there. Perfect. Thanks, Scotty. Appreciate that. All right. So if there's nothing anybody wants to add right now, I'm going to finish my bourbon. And this is really good, guys. This wasn't a lot of money. This was like $40. Like, I don't know if you could see it. So you see opposite up. I'm so backwards. Yeah, there it is. Over in the corner. Oh man, I can't. There it is. That was the first bottle of Blanton's I got. And it was, this is fantastic stuff, guys. You collect the horses on top, and this horse tail I broke because I have a second one anyway. I'm like 2 letters away from spelling Blanton's. And if you didn't know about that, there's a little letter right over here. So I have like BLAN.
Where's the little
ON, and then I'm missing S. You see there's a little letter right there. But what's really cool, I mean, this is $125 to $250 a bottle. A bottle depends on where you go. So this bottle was dumped on 7/13/2021 from barrel 701. All right. And it was hand at 93 proof. So super cool. And this is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Love bourbon whiskey. Thank you. So
oh, I see it now.
yeah, so that's Blanton's is like my number one. I love Angel's Envy. We'll have a whole nother one over there, guys. Right? We'll have a whole nother episode just on bourbon and cigars. Because I love cigars too, fine cigars. So that's another thing I asked Santa for, like a air filtration system so I can smoke my cigars inside while it's cold out. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're going to end it on that. Okay. So I really appreciate everybody tuning in today. We had a great turnout. This is going to be posted up on our YouTube channel. It's /@SailingSVFreedom. And we're going to rock and roll with this. We'll come up with the topic for next Thursday. If you all have a topic that you would like to discuss, like some of the things I just dropped, absolutely let us know, because we'll take it and we'll roll with it, but again, I want to reinstate my core message here for this video here is that we're not quitting. We're pausing. Okay. So we can keep going stronger, safer, and smarter. All right. So we have smiles on our face. We're excited for Christmas coming up here. So, from freedom, from Kristen and mine and our family, go slow, be safe, have an amazing Christmas, and have a happy and healthy new year. We'll see you in 2026, y'all. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next year. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.